Hello, and allow this to be kind of the beta test of unique critique video reviews and whatnot. This is the Pre-E3 hype special, and, well, E3 is just around the corner, and we're gonna see a lot of game news. This is my first time doing a video. Well, not technically the first time. Anyway, no, that's not important. Anyway, let's get back to pre-E3. Now, we've already seen the Konami pre-E3 show. Why is Kiefer Sutherland as Snake a huge deal, Konami? It's only a big deal because it's not David Hayter. But that's more just pissing off fans. They could have just done it quietly. Nobody gives two shits about Kiefer Sutherland these days. He's kind of old, and he's old news. I mean, I think he'll do fine. They obviously wanted an actual actor. I don't know too much about either of them, but I know that Kiefer is from 24, so he has action acting experience. Maybe I'm wrong, and David Hayter is amazing at everything that Kiefer Sutherland's being signed up to do. I don't know. I'm not that up to date on it. Anyway, and then the other thing is, they spent like forever on Lords of Shadow 2. Lords of Shadow 2 is not something I recommend they be focusing on. I think it's going to flop. Lords of Shadow 1 sold well because they're like, well, it's Castlevania, and I want to be updated on everything Castlevania, but it got kinda shit reviews. I played it a little bit and I didn't like it. It just seemed to rip off of everything from God of War to even like Shadow of the Colossus at some points. Who even does that? But anyway, they just spent forever on Lords of Shadow 2, and it looks decent? I don't know. Anyway, so that was the Konami pre-E3 shows, mostly a snorefest. Sunday, tomorrow, June 9th. It's when Animal Crossing New Leaf launches. Everyone, that's what I'm excited for, and, you know, screw E3, we got Animal Crossing. No, there is actually, it's a Call of Duty gameplay preview. This is what should have been in the Xbox One event. And it wasn't. We got the dog and a CGI trailer or something. I don't know. Maybe it was in game. I don't know. It just didn't show any gameplay. So, at least none. Yeah, just none. Can we play as the dog? That's the only question I have. I'm not too psyched on Call of Duty. I kind of want to get back into it because I don't hate it, but other shooters seem to be letting me down, and that seems to be the one to go for. Just, I don't have anything against it. It's just I got bored of it after Modern Warfare 2. Anyway, so the big day is Monday. Monday. Microsoft starts it off, and Microsoft. There's nothing. I can't fathom anything they could do to make me want an Xbox One. At this point, I'm so morally against it. If someone tells me to touch it, I will saw off my own arm. I don't want it. I don't want to have anything to do with it. I just want it gone because just morally I hate it, and I'm glad that a lot of other people think the same. Maybe not as extreme as I do, but they think more along the same lines that it's terrible and they don't want it, which is great. I mean, there will be a lot of people who either they don't give a shit about like the used game market and that stuff. I guess that's the audience they're going for. Is I don't want to say dumb people, but malinformed. It's still kind of dumb, but people who don't give a shit, I guess, and just want another Xbox, and they think that having certain exclusive titles will win them the day. not for me, and not for a lot of other people. I mean, what I'm gonna see is I'm gonna have a box of tissues, because it's gonna be a heartbreaker. Just seeing it's like, oh no, whatever Rare's bringing back, it's gonna be wasted on this console exclusively. I don't know, but that's going to be most of the thing. They're going to talk about games. I'm going to be heartbroken to hear all these exclusives. Some people are saying Mirror's Edge, that new Titanfall thing, which isn't an exclusive. Gotcha, Microsoft, because I've also heard PC, and I just like the name of it. And I don't know if it's like Call of Duty with mechs or something like that. It'll be half decent. Certainly fresh. I don't know. Mechs seem to be popping up everywhere, but I don't know. I like them. Anyway, let's move on. It's already been 5 minutes. EA is up next then. I don't really give a shit about EA. There's nothing they could really talk about. Maybe Sims 4. I kind of want to hear about Sims 4. They seem to be promising that it's not going to be SimCity again, so decent? I know. Mirror's Edge 2 is also what the rumor was going around about. I just hope that they're not going to have very many Xbox One exclusives since Microsoft and EA seem to be bedfellows. Ubisoft is then next. Watch Dogs, Rayman Legends. I don't really care much for Ubisoft. Even Assassin's Creed bores me to tears now. 3 was just, and now it's like 4, only a 1 year later. We're already to the next number when we spent forever on 2. And I could see it to be the real Assassin's Creed 3, but I don't think I care. And of course, at the end of the day, we're going to be talking about Sony. Sony. Just simply do this. Show a couple exclusives, a few new games, expand upon ones that you already announced, but show new games. I want to see actual gameplay. I want to see that. There seems to be this rumor going around now that Microsoft has been paying off third-party companies to not show their PS4 builds. If that is true, which I don't doubt it, but I'm not... If it's not confirmed, I'm not super on board with it, but... I'm just gonna say this, it's, I don't think it matters. I could go on about why it really doesn't matter, because most things are multi-platform anyway, so if you show it on the Xbox One, you might as well be showing it on the PS4 anyway, as long as you promise, hey, it's also on PS4. So really, it doesn't matter. But anyway, just show new games, announce some exclusive, maybe give us some idea what your launch titles are going to be. It's supposed to be a huge launch, but we're getting Killzone, and at least like to see Knack. Knack is a thing that most people aren't too hyped about, but I don't know. Knack looks interesting to me. Just show that, promise that as a launch title, maybe. I don't know. Just have All Stars again. I'd like that as a launch title. Is something? I don't know. But most importantly, debunk all DRM rumors. Now they're keeping quiet about either because they're going to take E3 to be rub it in Microsoft's face and tell them, "Ha, we don't have DRM, we play games. Who needs TV when we can play games?" That's what I want to hear. If they don't say it at EA, I'm just going to assume that they're just as bad as Microsoft. I have to. I'm just not going to waste any more time on it. I'm not going to have any more hope for it, because they could single-handedly save console games as we know it, if only they will. But if they're gonna have DRM bullshit like Microsoft, then screw it, I don't want them. I'll just go to PC. Or Nintendo's next. Tuesday, we're gonna see a Nintendo Direct. I like this movement. A lot of people were like, "Oh no, they're not showing up to E3. What cowards!" I like it. E3 press conferences are usually terrible and embarrassing. So having Nintendo kind of keep it behind their doors and do a cool little live stream type deal that they do every month or so. I like it. I love Nintendo Directs. It's like an E3 every month for Nintendo specifically. I I love it. I usually get jazzed when I hear, oh, Nintendo Direct tomorrow, we're gonna watch it and gonna get tons of good news. Like that's when Earthbound was freaking confirmed for Virtual Console, and I'm just yes. Wonderful 101 comes out on my birthday. I think that was announced the last Nintendo Direct. I thought that was cool. Thank you, Platinum. Anyway, but yeah, Platinum Games, they seem to be buddy-buddy with Nintendo now, which is... I'd argue it's not good for them, but it's good for Nintendo, and I think it makes me want a Wii U, so... I like Platinum Games. Wonderful 101, I don't want them to talk about it that much because it should be out by now, but maybe have a cool trailer. Bring up Bayonetta 2. You made it a Wii U exclusive, so sell us why Bayonetta fans, or just Platinum fans, or fans of action games in general, should get a Wii U because Bayonetta 2. Try to sell the console. And this is kind of my overall idea for all of the Nintendo conference, is to try to sell me the Wii U. I dare you. Sega seems to be buddy-buddy with Nintendo now, which is cool. I like that. Old rivals now pairing up together. Sonic Lost World looks amazing. It's like Generations meets Mario Galaxy, and that's really good. You know, there's the new 3D Mario, which I don't really care, personally. It doesn't get me excited. I liked Mario Galaxy, but I don't think they're gonna do better than that. Maybe they can. Don't do anything new Super Mario. No, don't do it. No, none. I'm getting sick of that shit. Done with it. No, I don't want any new Super Mario stuff ever. Pikmin 3, that should be out by now, so just don't even mention it. Maybe a trailer, but I don't want to hear too much about it, because it should be out by now, and it's coming out soon, so this isn't what you super need to hype immediately, because it's already a game I'm guaranteed to buy. It's a game that's almost single-handedly selling me the Wii U as we speak, but, I like Pikmin. Anyway, Mario Kart, I don't care for it too much. If that's the Retro Studios game, I'm gonna be disappointed. But speaking of Retro Studios, tell us what you're working on. If it's Mario Kart, then whatever. See you like next E3 or something. Hopefully something cooler. But I hope it's like a Metroid, maybe Donkey Kong Country Returns 2? Or something brand new. I'd love Retro be like, hey, we're gonna spearhead our own IP on Nintendo. I'd love that. Anyway, so yeah, there's that, and of course there's Smash Brothers 4. Make it more competitive. You got Namco Bandai helping you. They're at least decent with the arcade fighters, Tekken and whatnot. But try to be more competitive with your game. Just do it. Make the game feel competitive. Brawl felt a little non-competitive versus Melee, which feels really competitive. Just go back to a Melee type feel, but with the bigness that Brawl was. I don't care if they do a Subspace Emissary type thing again. I kind of don't want it. It kind of was distracting, and show some good newcomers. I remember last time they're like, Pit, he's our hot new newcomer. And I'm like, I don't give two fucking shits about Pit. I guess some people did. And then they're like, oh, but we're trying to sell Uprising, which I'm not going to talk about that. But yeah, you can show new 3DS stuff, like maybe like a new trailer for Pokemon and reveal like something, but kind of ignore 3DS. It's so powerful now, it's already my favorite next generation console. It's beating the Wii U so far, definitely my Xbox One. It's beating PlayStation 4 for personal hype. But yeah, just make Smash very competitive. Get some third-party shockers as well. Try for like you got Namco Bandai helping make the game. Get some Namco Bandai people like I don't know, the Heihachi from Tekken would be cool with the hair. Pac-Man. Pac-Man's pretty hot. You know, he's a well-known name. Have Pac-Man versus Mario. That'd be pretty freaking cool. Keep like Snake from Konami's, from Sega. Keep Sonic. Maybe grab something else from Sega as well. Something non-Sonic. I don't know. I'm not too familiar with what's Sega. I don't know. Platinum Games could have something on there. I don't think the Wonderful 101 would work. That's way too many freaking fighters. Bayonetta, I'm not too familiar with the game, to be honest, but I'm still excited for it. But I guess the character's called Bayonetta or something. Just rip me a new one if it's not. Get her in the game. You made it a Wii U exclusive. You want to sell this game. That's the perfect time. Everybody would love it. Also, the protagonist, I think I saw somewhere like in a wiki that they call him like Flynn as default, but the protagonist of Shin Megami Tensei 4. That's coming out next month, which I'm more hyped for that than pretty much anything else. But I'm gonna guess that he's gonna be in Brawl because the Fire Emblem crossover. Also, Fire Emblem Awakening characters, either Chrom. Yeah, get Chrom in there. You can do the I forget what the daughter's name is. You can have her in there too. I guess. I don't know. But, I don't know. I've been going on Smash Brothers so much. But yeah. It's pretty much what I want to see from Nintendo is the stuff that they promised already, not so much the stuff they've already talked about, and maybe something new to get me excited, especially Retro. Retro's a perfect company. Yeah, that's about it. Then there's something about like Square Enix and the future of Final Fantasy. I don't care. Final Fantasy has been like a weird series to me that I haven't cared about it. Like, I played 6. 6 is probably my favorite. No. Scratch that. 9's my favorite. I don't like 7. I don't know. But 13, I actually tried to play through it. And I was like 24 hours-ish in. I was tired. And I've been through hallways the whole game. And then they're like, oh, disc 3 on Xbox 360. They're like, disc 3, it's a big open area. I'm just like, fuck off. But yeah, don't do that. Don't do Final Fantasy 13 ever again. Versus 13, either confirm it dead or bring it out. Personally, I don't care, but I know a few people probably do. There's the reboot of 14, which I guess they're gonna make a deal about. I don't see that as the future of Final Fantasy, personally. Have Final Fantasy 15, a single-player RPG that doesn't suck. Go back to either 12, go back to 10. Do something right. That about wraps up all V3. I mean, there's the other companies and like the third-party companies like Like Atlas is a company I really like, but they're not gonna have much because they're coming out with SMT4. Capcom. If it's anything Mega Man, that'd be appreciated. In fact, get Mega Man in Brawl. Another thing I wanted in Brawl was Suda was talking about Travis Touchdown, which makes sense. Also, No More Heroes 3 would be cool. That's another neat idea. I'm not saying it's gonna exist. It's probably not. I mean, though Suda has been saying, "Oh, there will be a 3." Just maybe not with Travis. Anyway, that's about it. I'm trying to think of anything else. On the Capcom side, some people are saying to just give Way Forward the rights to all your old shit and just get it all remade like DuckTales is getting. I'd like that. Way Forward is a good company. Despite a few people leaving for Yacht Club, which I love Yacht Club. I go to their streams all the time. But, yeah, just oh, and make a new Street Fighter, maybe? I don't know. Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition 2012. It's getting kind of stale. I personally never thought Street Fighter 4 was that great. I didn't like the art style. I wasn't really a big fan of it. Though, it's grown on me. I'd like to see Street Fighter 5. It would get me hyped. That's about it. I can't really think of much else. So, that's what I think going into E3. I will... If this video doesn't suck horribly... I'm seeing a lens flare already. Who am I? JJ Ambrose. I may do post E3 videos for unique critique. But that's about sums it up. I'll see you after E3, or probably after like each press conference and whatnot. So, see you then!